Medical congress events are now well established as significant drivers of online conversation among healthcare professionals. But with doctors now posting more social media content than ever, how can healthcare companies make sure they don't miss out on the opportunity for great digital engagement at these events?
We have seen so many times that Congress is really driving the healthcare professional engagement online throughout the year, and we really saw a great opportunity for pharmaceutical companies to learn from those events, to learn from healthcare professionals and their engagement at those events, and to use those insights to inform their marketing strategy, not just at the Congress or for the future Congress events, but also for the entire year.
Laura McIntyre is Research Associate on Creation's Insights and Consulting team.
In order to identify what could pharmaceutical companies learn specifically from the Congress events, we tracked one of the Congresses last year, which was American Heart Association event, and we looked at the healthcare professional conversations all around the world on Twitter, just seeing how they engaged around the Congress, how they engaged with the data, how they engaged with different sessions, how they collaborated online with one another. Looking at the data, we came out with 8 great lessons that pharmaceutical companies could learn. One of the lessons is the Congress is a great time to understand what topics or what presentations healthcare professionals were most engaged with, and that insight could provide you with understanding which of those topics are going to leave the Congress room and be a topic of interest throughout the year. So this provides you with the opportunity to build on those topics and to engage your audience, your HCP audience, around those topics. So for example, at the American Heart Association Congress, what we saw was that several main trials discussed at the Congress are still the main trials within that therapy area discussed after the Congress as well. So this was a great indicator of something that healthcare professionals picked up at the Congress. The interest carries out outside the Congress as well. Congress is also a great opportunity and a great time to monitor HCP digital behavior. So in order to determine where and when to share planned resources. So for example, there was an interesting behavior that we observed at AHA 2019, where healthcare professionals before the sessions were excitingly sharing the pictures of the auditorium. They were sharing the events that they plan attending. They were sharing the summaries of the events that they're interested in. However, after the sessions, healthcare professionals shifted towards resources that help them summarize the events that they have been at, or summarize the data that has been shared, and they refer to those resources throughout the Congress period, as well as they turn to resources that help them to determine the impact and what does this data really mean for them in their practice. Congress is a great time to discover HCP information needs, so the needs that are emerging after the data has been released, after they've had the discussions around new treatments and new therapies. So what are they asking one another? Are there any further resources they require? Is there any further data that they would like to see? These types of insights could help you have a really focused stream of content in order to address those needs timely, as well as flag any issues that potentially might need dealing with in the future. You can also learn from the language and lexicon of healthcare professionals online. So understanding what hashtags, for example, they use to group certain topics or to group information, which can really help you to resonate better with HCP community online and just be heard in the midst of the social media noise. Use this time to gather competitive intelligence, learn about what your competitors are doing in the field, how healthcare professionals are engaging with your competitors' activities, and be able to determine the impact of competitor activity throughout the year. At AHA 2019, we saw that dapagliflozin was one of the most discussed products, and many cardiologists online were engaging around this topic and wondering how is it going to change their practice. And one of the healthcare professionals online suggested that this product should be standard of care. Use this time to recognize strategic digital partnerships. For example, research journals or online organizations or patient advocacy groups that are really active and influential online amongst healthcare professionals. This can provide you with an opportunity to collaborate and work on content together, and it will help you to amplify the content you are planning to release throughout the year. During AHA 2019, HCP showed great interest in New England Journal of Medicine resources around particular trials by either retweeting and resharing the NEJM posts or by linking to their article directly. Use this time to identify digital opinion leaders amongst healthcare professionals. Go beyond the KOL list and identify meaningful partnerships with most influential healthcare professionals online. And by profiling them, understand their needs, understand what they're passionate about, understand what they care about in order to really build fruitful partnerships. So seizing all of the mentioned opportunities can really help you to find a way to produce resources that will add value beyond the Congress throughout the year. The great example that we saw was Boehringer Ingelheim sharing an educational post about the difference between clinical trials and real-world evidence, which was immediately picked up by healthcare professionals and shared even after the Congress.